Germany's Social Democrats have lost another leader. Andrea Nahles says she's stepping down after just 14 months on the job. She also plans to give up her seat in the German parliament. Her announcement comes as her party agonizes over its future following a double election defeat. Nahles faced pressure after German voters handed the Social Democrats their worst ever result in last month's European elections. The SPD also lost a state election in Bremen for the first time in over 70 years. Senior party members are due to meet on Monday to discuss the party's future direction. Well, Nahles released a written statement about her decision. She wrote, "Discussions in the parliamentary group and feedback from the party have shown that I no longer have the necessary support to carry out my duties. On Monday, I will therefore resign as chair of the SPD, and on Tuesday, I will resign as chair of the SPD parliamentary group." All right, let's get some analysis on all of this. And for that, I'm joined in the studio by our political correspondent, Kate Brady. So hello to you, Kate. Andrea Nahles was actually supposed to put her leadership to a vote just this coming Tuesday. So why the sudden resignation?
Exactly. I mean, this really is a direct response to those dire results that we saw for the Social Democrats here in Germany and also in other parts of Europe as well in last week's EU elections. Of course, those results left the Social Democrats in third position. They're currently the third strongest party in Germany. They walked away with just under 16% of the vote. That's a record low for the Social Democrats. So this is certainly a direct response from that. And as we saw there in the statement, Nahles has taken this as a sign from voters and from other party members that this is her time to go.
Well, with these very disappointing results, I mean, this is also quite a blow for Nahles. She was seen for a long time by many as the person who would give her party, the SPD, a fresh start. So what went wrong?
She really was seen as a bit of a hope to move the SPD forward. But of course, there was also a lot of criticism at the time that she wouldn't move the Social Democrats far enough away from the centre of Germany's political spectrum and further back to the left. And that's something that the SPD, the Social Democrats, are still trying to grapple with, is who are they? Who do they represent as a party?
All right, Kate. Well, with Nahles stepping down, what's next for the SPD?
Well, there will be a lot of soul-searching now to see exactly how the SPD wants to move forward as a party. You know, are we actually going to see a leader that is going to move the Social Democrats further left? And of course, that could have huge repercussions in terms of the SPD's role in the governing Grand Coalition. Of course, this is a huge deal for Angela Merkel as well. She's currently the leader of that governing coalition, the so-called Grand Coalition between the Conservatives and the Social Democrats. But if the last year or so has shown there's anything but grand about that coalition right now, both the Conservatives and the SPD are doing extremely badly in the polls right now. But the CDU, Merkel's Conservatives, have come out today and said that they want to push forward with this grand coalition. But of course, it is extremely fragile. And the fact as well that Angela Merkel herself is due to give a statement later today following this resignation of the SPD leader says a lot about the significance of this move and how serious this could be for Germany's government, which was already extremely fragile.
Well, Kate, is there any indication of who could possibly replace Andrea Nahles in her role as leader of the party and also her parliamentary seat?
Well, there's no real likely successor right now, which, of course, was also a bit of a problem just over a year ago as well, when Andrea Nahles herself became party leader and the party leader of the Social Democrats. And she was actually suggested by her predecessor, who also went out with a rather thumping bang after the SPD slid down the polls as well in the federal election in 2017. So whether someone would be really willing to take on that job, which Andrea Nahles has only been able to hold on to for a year, is another question.
All right, DW political correspondent Kate Brady, thank you so much for your insights.